Hello, this is Dr. Mohammad Rifaz from Holistic Healing Medical Center. Today we are going to have a talk on the topic which the whole world is going on with. Like in a way we can say that it's an epidemic going on. Like the obesity, which is increasing day by day in all the communities around the world. Even in the third world countries, it is increasing day by day with one after the other. The cases are increasing more and more. So everywhere in Ayurveda also it is mentioned the word staulia, which is related to obesity. So it's not like in the modern world staulia is there. It's all over. When the human beings were there, from that time there are people who are emaciated and people who are obese. So all these conditions happens with the metabolic disbalance. When there is any disbalance in the metabolism, it reflects as emaciation or it can reflect as obesity, because all these have a base with the metabolism. Whenever there is an imbalance between the food that you are consuming and the energy that you are spending, so it's like a bank account. If you are depositing a lot and you are not taking away from it, in the bank account it might be good for you, but over here you are accumulating more and more. You need to spend those energy which will make you lose weight. So the proportion where you are consuming the food and the way that you are exercising or releasing the energy should be almost equal to keep the weight. There are conditions where things are different. You can get a lot of people where they say, I just eat 2 chapatis a day, but I don't lose weight. I do a lot of exercises, but I don't lose weight. This is a point where people doesn't digest the food properly. When you don't digest the food properly, the food which goes from the stomach to the small intestine will be undigested, which causes a problem like toxication called ama formation. This ama formation, according to Ayurveda, is the root of all the cases. So if your indigestion is because of Jadragini lack, Jadragini means the digestive fire. The lack of digestive fire, if it's causing you a problem, you are not able to metabolize the food properly, ultimately ama formation will be there. This lack of Jadragini or lack of fire creates accumulation in the system. That's why even though you are gaining the weight more, you don't get enough energy. You will be just accumulating meat. You are just accumulating more and more, but you will never get more ATP to spend. Your energy is the ATP. So this energy will not be created. So if you are not able to create this energy, the thing that happens is you keep on accumulating more and more, and it will not be a utilizable energy because these are like just accumulation happening. So your goal is to remove this accumulation from your system. And there are many questions like, why don't we go for the surgery which can help you get the fat out? Even if you go for the surgery, what happens is that they will remove the fat from your system, but that can create a lot of complication. On top of it, your Jadragini or the fire that was impaired is still staying the same. You have to build your fire up so that you metabolize the food properly and you don't have any accumulation. That's the goal of Ayurveda actually. That's how Ayurveda looks at the obesity. So improving the Jadragini and having a proper movement of the system, like bowel movement also, all the movements related to Vata. So when you are having your bowel movement proper, your exercises proper, your respiration proper, and your heart function proper, everything goes on fine. And in case if you are accumulating more toxin because of this Jadragini less, you are becoming more obese, there will be still more complications coming up. Obesity is the beginning of the signs of diseases coming up. You can say it can end up with heart diseases, it can end up with PCOS, it can end up with type 2 diabetes when you are accumulating more and more. So all these can be avoided if you are keeping a proper lifestyle, managing a proper lifestyle. You eat properly, you look at what you eat good food and keep your Jadragini under your control, the fire under your control. Usually this kind of problems comes when people tend to eat more times like than recommended. People eat more in between and do a lot of snacking, and that is not good for the health, and eating more even when your food is not digested properly. So these kind of things will make you more obese, gain more weight. So your idea should be removing all these unwanted things and getting you back to health. So if you want your health to be proper, you have to look at your weight, you have to look at your BMI, and always keep it nearby the BMI side, between the 25 and plus or minus 5% of the BMI. So that will keep you without any risk. And if you want to improve your weight or manage your weight, improve your metabolism, you have to move more, you have to be active more. That's one of the way you can do. And you can even take some herbal solutions which you can take. You can start improving your metabolism lightly or simply by doing lemon ginger water in the morning. You can use honey lemon in the morning. You can increase a little of pepper in the diet, which can again increase your Jataragini, increase your fire. So these are the main ways to manage your obesity. Then there are some conditions where people get into a condition of depression, where again their metabolism is being affected. When a person is going to depression, it's again the emotion that is playing. That's why Ayurveda plays a lot of role in the emotional part when it comes to obesity. Ayurveda says each and every time you have an emotional problem, it affects your digestion. That's why Ayurveda doesn't recommend eating any meal when you have depression or anxiety or any kind of nervousness, because that will slow down your digestion, and whatever you are eating will just make you accumulate. If you have any questions in between, you can ask on the live. We'll be answering your questions. We have some questions already received. We'll be going through that also. Jija?
Can a person's body type be more prone to weight gain?
Okay, that's a good question. Like in Ayurveda, we say there are three main dosha or vital energies, where there is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So each person are having this different kind of physique. Vata kind of people, they are usually very lean or emaciated or on the lower part, because their body type is told to be like that of a athlete. So they'll be always very lean or on the leaner side. On the other side, the person of Kapha kind, they will be always on the well-built side or on the obese side. So depending upon the Prakriti, Vata kind of people, they like to gain weight. They can reach to a point of gaining weight, but again they will tend to lose weight. The same way, Kapha kind of people, they can easily gain weight and easily lose weight. But for them, the weight should be kept in a the area where the higher BMI, like 25 BMI, over there you can keep it. You cannot make them reduce more than 18 of the BMI and feel them healthy. They will not feel healthy, because a Kapha kind of person should have a little excess weight. That's the normal one. So always the Vata kind of people, they will not be able to gain weight beyond a point, and the Kapha kind of person will not be able to reduce the weight beyond a point. So Kapha kind of people can easily get into obesity. And these three kind of people also, when they are in a state of depression or some other rare cases, they can reach to obesity. But that's very rare that Vata kind of people reach. Pitta kind of people, they can easily reach. When they are depressed, the metabolism changes and that makes them accumulate more. All these people, they will have bloating as a part of showing the body, as a sign that the body is showing that something is not going on right with the system. So that's how the dosha or the body type has an effect on the obesity.
So certain people don't gain weight even though they eat a lot. Is it because of the difference in metabolism? Is metabolism
Yes,
different
yes,
from one
yes, yes.
person
This
to
is what I
another?
told about the Vada dosha. So Vada dosha kind of people, they even they if they try to eat a lot, they will not gain weight. We say there are different kind of even in Vada kind of people, there are a condition called basmagan, where they just burn the food. The food they eat, even they eat a lot during the lunchtime, breakfast, dinner, but they don't gain weight. They are just burning the food out. So in that cases, they will not even gain weight at all. But on the other side, if the metabolism is not proper at all, what happens is that the food, even if it's a small breakfast that they are taking, it will make them accumulated. So always, even in the Vata kind of person, it's not a proper way to keep the digestion in that way. They have to improve their metabolism so that they absorb the nutrient. Vata kind of people, they will not gain weight, but they can manage it properly.
So, before going in for a weight loss, is it better to obviously know your body type?
Yeah.
So that you know which approach.
Yes, you can know which approach to take and how much you will be able to reduce the weight. You cannot expect a kapha kind of person to reduce 10 kg, 20 kg, reduce more than the BMI level. You cannot tell a kapha kind of person of 170 height to go less than 70 kg. So 170 height of a person, if he is a kapha kind of person, he should be probably above 70. But vata kind of person, they can go lower. So it's better to always know what kind of prakriti you are before you start to go for a weight loss and how much goal you can set for it. So there will be a limit for the goal that you can set depending upon your prakriti.
How to improve metabolism in your body in case you're having problems?
Yeah, as I said, metabolism is the problem. Like metabolism means catabolism and anabolism. So both happens. Like you are eating, the food has to be split and you need to get the minerals from it. And the same way, the catabolism has to happen where the ATP formation is there and where the energy releases. So both of these should happen. Then only you can say the metabolism is proper. So how to attain this? The first thing, if you make your anabolism, the splitting of the food or the digestion itself proper, the rest of the metabolism will be taken care of. So for that, improving the digestion, you have to find out if your digestive fire is good or not. When you say the digestive fire, we say it as the digestive power in Ayurveda as Jadragni. So whenever it goes down, you will not feel the urge to eat or your appetite will slow down. It's not the cravings is a different story, but the appetite, you feel like eating. Like if you have a proper breakfast, within the 3-4 hours time, you will start to feel hunger, which means you digested your food, your stomach emptied the food, you can go to the next stage, you can eat the next one. So if that doesn't happen properly, you have to improve your metabolism. In that cases, what you have to do is, you have to go for ginger juice, or even fasting will be better. If you have any fasting programs which you are going to start, you can join that program, which you can improve the digestion. You can take black pepper, you can take long pepper and dried ginger, you can make them into powder and mix it in with water and take. You can take Triphala, which again helps you to reduce weight also, to improve the fire also. So there are different methods to do it. Fasting is also a good method to do it. And whenever you have food, if you don't feel like digesting properly, have some Ayurvedic medications called Arishtams that can help you to digest the food much more easier. So that way you can increase your digestive fire, improve your metabolism fire.
What is your opinion on fasting? For example, intermittent fasting. There are different types now.
Okay.
So what is your take on that?
Fasting you can do for reducing the weight, but it will not be sustainable because you are going to fast for a few period, but you will eventually have to go back to your normal diet. If you don't go back to your normal diet, you will have to suffer with some acidity and other issues because you are not eating properly. So you don't need to go there. Instead of that, if you just do intermittent fasting for a period, it will not help you as much as the weight loss to be sustainable, because once your digestion is going to be back after the fasting, everything will be in disorder. So fasting, you can use the fasting method to improve your digestive fire. So when you are in a fasting process, it's usually said in Ayurveda, like anything that's causing stagnation or ama or indigestion, the first thing that you need to do is fasting. That means you skip a meal. If you feel the food is not digesting properly, if you eat a lunch, you don't feel digesting properly, you skip your next meal. The fire will become better. So if your fire is becoming better, you can go to the next stage and everything will be much more easier. Okay, and if the fasting is required, do it in a way where your fire becomes proper. Once you get your fire properly, you have to eat properly 3 meals at least proper, and if you are having a snack in between, it should be a proper snack and you can maintain the same weight. Without eating, weight loss and continue without eating is not sustainable for you. If you want to have a sustainable weight loss, you need to eat properly and then lose weight. Fasting helps only to improve the digestion. Okay.
A lot of people avoid eating because of bloating.
Mhm,
What
mhm.
is the cause, remedy?
Okay, so that's intuition makes the people not to eat. But what happens is that people eat and feel bloated. They eat and skip the meal. I mean, they don't eat and skip the meal for 2-3 time. So if they continuously skip their lunch or if they continuously skip their breakfast, any skipping of the meal will cause bloating. If you skip your lunch, for sure the system will wait and will show you bloating. If you skip your breakfast, also the same happens. If you skip your dinner, also the same happens. The other reasons for bloating are excess parasites or worms in the system, which you have to find out, and it might be due to indigestion also. If you are eating and you don't digest that food, that will also create bloating, because when your stomach empties to the small intestine, the food should be properly digested. If not, the food going to the small intestine will stay there, get fermented, get rotten. We call it ama, and the output product of ama is the gas. So that creates the bloating there, and that accumulation will be there, the gas will be there. So you have to find out why it is happening, because of the indigestion or because of your eating time problems, and you have to sort it out properly. So if you keep your food on time itself, your body will start to eliminate this bloating problem.
If someone is having metabolic disorder or say their obesity is being connected to genetics, metabolism, things like that, hormones, what is your take on that?
The same thing as I told, because of the indigestion, everything in the body changes. Every function in the body changes. Even hormonal imbalance happens. That's why you reach the stage of PCOS. Then, if you reach there, it will be in a cycle of emotion and physical problems and emotion, physical problem cycle. You cannot get out of this cycle. So, if you are in that cycle, you have to get out of this cycle by improving your digestion itself. If you are taking something to compensate or like your mood issues and all, nothing is going to work. It all comes from your stomach. So you have to find out the actual causative problem, which will be most probably the Jadragni or the digestive fire, and treat that out. It will put you out.
If an entire family has a tendency towards obesity, overweight obesity, how can you support them?
That's a clear indication that you need to take care of yourself from the day one. So all members in the family have an obesity problem. It means everyone is most probably in the family eating the same food, their lifestyle will be the same. So you have to find out what they are not doing right, the family members, and you have to slowly switch out from there, and things will be starting to change. That's why usually when you move out from family, most probably they tend to first lose weight until they are stable more. Then of course they will tend to go for the same way they were being treated as when they were kids, like the eating, the lifestyle that they had. So if they are continuing the same, for sure they will not be able to tackle the obesity. So they have to change their lifestyle completely, they have to change their diet completely, then only they will be able to. They have to listen to their body and eat.
How is holistic Ayurveda's approach different to other approaches?
In
What is the
Ayurveda,
difference?
mostly the function happening is almost the same, but we look at a different aspect of how much the patient can lose the weight, or if he or she should go and lose the weight. Like for example, there are people who have a BMI of 18 or even 19, which is on the lower part, which is told to be much less than the required BMI. Even those people who are in the lower BMI, they want to lose weight. So that's not the way of doing it. Everyone has enough amount of fat requirement in their body. All the joints, they require fat deposit. All the lubrication, they require the deposit. So each part of the body, even for the rejuvenation of the body, the cartilages, the bones, the synovial fluids, there is enough fat requirement. So if they are trying to lose weight beyond that, it's not recommended. So you have to find a person who is properly known to be a candidate of obesity, and then only we go and treat them. So only you find the obese patient and treat them. And whenever we do it with Ayurveda, we have different Ayurvedic therapies called Udvartana, which we use like massage with the powder, which can we rub it in the opposite direction, which can help to liquefy the adipose fat. So that can be helped, and you can get the water retention out if with this Udvartana treatment. And also, if you are doing a weight loss treatment, if you are combining with Udvartana, Udvartana will help to keep the skin intact. It will not be like after you lose a lot of kg, your skin separates and it wrinkles up. So you can avoid all these if you are doing it with Udvartana. And we have different enemas which also can help you to reduce weight with a different aspect. So from the holistic aspect, it differs to make it more sustainable, but ultimately we reach the same goal. Any more questions?
What are some traditional lifestyle tips you can share?
Traditional lifestyle tips which we usually say, people who are obese or kapha kind, as I said before, the kapha increasing in the body is what is called obesity. So there are many things that you should not be doing to increase the kapha in the system. So what increases the kapha in the system is like sleeping in the daytime. We call it divasapna. If a person is tending to sleep in the daytime, they can gain weight more. So those things you need to avoid. You have to wake up on time, you have to sleep on time, you have to eat on time. So all these are part of a holistic lifestyle. You have to be in a holistic lifestyle in order to get all these things, to achieve all these things. So every time you have to wake up with a mind that your fire will be good today. So first, when you begin itself, you have to start to make the fire better by taking lemon, ginger juice, by taking pepper, honey combination, which can help your digestive fire to become better. And then first thing priority is to have your food before you go to work, so that you have your capacity, the energy, you digest the food, you get the ATP from there, and things go fine. So you have to have a proper lifestyle in order to keep yourself going ahead. Otherwise, you will collapse and you will not digest the food properly. So always keep in mind, you have to follow a proper lifestyle where you have everything aligned, like properly, the lunch timings, the dinner timings, and the snacking in between, all should be in a way that the body doesn't collapse. In case if you are skipping a meal, what happens is that the body tend to remember that for the next day and try to accumulate whenever the food comes in. So that can also create an obesity in the system. So always be on time, eat when the sun is there. The lunch should be strictly done on the time of lunch time itself, like 12 to 1 you should have your lunch, which means you can have enough portion of lunch and it will be digested properly if you are taking it at the time of sun. So you have to follow a proper routine and eat properly and lose weight. That's the goal that you should be setting in. Okay, any more questions? Okay, thank you everyone. Hope you understood how the system works, and don't accumulate too much of toxin in you. No stagnation, tend to move more. The more you move, the more you burn the calories. And always when you move, try to sweat, and if you sweat, you lose more weight and your metabolism becomes better. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Be healthy, be happy.